It's very like I once I'm done with Antarctica, I will not be doing tire dragging as my training. It's mind-numbingly monotonous and slow, and
Yeah.
you're especially the heavier the tires, then you're moving painfully slow.
There's no
Yeah.
glide. You're just dragging this very heavy tire.
Yeah,
And it
it's
gives me an appreciation though. Very
Yeah.
early into our dating too, I put on the harness, started dragging some tires and thought this man has more mental strength than I realized because it's the monotony. And that's often too where there's some misconception that what he's doing because of the danger or adrenaline, but it's really about the suffering and the transcendence of that suffering and the luxury and the burden that his mind has to be able to wander because there's no stimuli. It's just flat white nothing that he'll be in for 110 days.
Right.
That's what makes polar travel more. I mean, one polar explorer in the 1900s said polar exploration is at once the cleanest and most isolated way of having a bad time, which has been devised. So I've done a lot of things. I've run ultra marathons, climbed mountains, been to war. But in terms of just voluntary suffering, there's nothing like polar travel. For the reason she said, you're doing the same damn thing every single day. Unlike mountain climbing, which it often gets compared to in Everest, as you go up and down Everest, the views are different.
Yeah.
The terrain is dynamic. It puts you more into flow because you can fall. So your mind's kind of right there on the next step in front of you. In Antarctica, it's flat white nothingness. For 80% of the journey, there's no mountains. There's nothing to look at. Every day you will wake up and it looks the exact same. And that's mentally daunting. And that's kind of the thing that draws me is that navigating that challenge. Obviously, it's physical as well because you're dragging about a 400-pound sled for 10 to 12 hours a day. But the mental monotony of doing that is in a way kind of a meditation. Yeah. But it's quite the challenge, to say the least.